What is up, freaks and geeks, and welcome back to another episode of the OCD Dex Challenge. Things are going to be a little bit different today. We're actually going to be doing a two-part stream. So part one is about to start now, and I'm going to kind of explain what's going on, what we're doing. So basically, we're going to do two different parts. I've traded Pokemon with myself from Leaf Green to FireRed. And we've said this before, and I'll say it again just for anybody new. I only have the single old DS with the Loopy capture card to capture the Game Boy Advance games. So, in order for me to trade with myself and you be able to see it fully, properly, the way I want you to, I have to go trade. Well, I can't even do that. Like, I'm just kind of rambling. I'm sorry. Basically, in order for me to trade, I have to go to my friend's house who has an old DS. I only have the one DS. Even if I had a DS without a capture card, I could trade and you could see one side of the trade. The problem is I only have the one system. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, I've traded with myself using my friend, and I've got Venusaur, I've got Kabuto, Pinsir, and I think it's just those three. Yeah, I've got those sent over to FireRed. Basically what we're going to do is those are the ones that we need to breed and evolve. Pinsir, that was a good 30-minute hunt for one Pinsir. So just to kind of save some time, we're going to breed and get our Mega Pinsir. Kabuto, I've been training off on the side in between today's Wednesday, in between Monday and today. I've been training using the versus seeker method that we did at the end of FireRed. He's at 37 or 38, I believe, and we're going to evolve him today. I wanted to do that on screen, so that's where we're going to pick up. And then I've got Venusaur over there because we need the full Bulbasaur line for our collection, and that's actually what I'm about to get into. If you look up top here, we have 191 Pokemon. There are 210 Pokemon in Kanto if you don't include the shinies. So that means we have 19 Pokemon left. Let me get my notes out here real quick and I can tell you what all of those are. So there's 19 Pokemon to go in the Kanto Dex. 8 of those Pokemon are trait evolutions, which we already have. We just need to be able to trade, and I want you to see them on screen. So I'm going to probably send them over to Sun or Moon, or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, trade with myself, so you guys can see it on screen because we have multiple 3DS systems. So 8 of those 19 Pokemon are Living Dex Alakazam, the Gender Variant Alakazams, so that's 1, 2, and 3, Mega Alakazam, so that's 4. Half of them are Alakazams. Machamp, Golem, Gengar, and Mega Gengar. I'm actually not going to count Gengar from our Leaf Green playthrough, just because you didn't see him evolve on screen. So he's gonna be one of the ones that stays behind. It's kind of sad because, you know, he went on this journey with us, but I don't want to count it unless you guys see me actually catch it. So that's kind of, you know, my hard rules that I've put on this project. If it's not on screen, it doesn't count. So that knocks out 8 of the 19 Pokemon, which leaves us with 11. 5 of those Pokemon are the Bulbasaur evolutionary line. So we're going to knock out 5 more today in this first section. That's Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Gender Variant Venusaur. That's hard to say. So that's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 of them. And then Mega Venusaur, which will be 5. So 5 of the remaining 11 Pokemon that we need to capture, almost half, are just the Bulbasaur line, and that's why we're over in FireRed, because we can already breed and we can evolve and we can count them towards our OCD Dex count. So that leaves 6 more Pokemon. We need a Mega Pinsir, a Kabuto, because we're going to evolve the original Kabuto that we got to a Kabutops. Hey Tanner, how's it going? I'm just kind of updating what's going on real quick. We're going to evolve him and then we're going to breed it. And so those 2 will be knocked out here in FireRed. That leaves us a Magmar, a Sandslash, and a Mewtwo. But that's only 5 of the 6 remaining Pokemon, so the last one is actually going to be our Living Dex Mewtwo, which we've got FireRed and we've got Leaf Green. So we're going to need to play another game in order to get our third Mewtwo because there are 2 Mega Evolutions. So basically what I've decided to do is right before Let's Go comes out, I'm going to do a versus race with a friend of mine, and we're going to run through Yellow as fast as we can. Basically, we're going to do maybe 2-3 days worth of Pokemon Yellow, and literally the only thing that I'm trying to capture is going to be a Mewtwo. The rest will be the team, and they'll stay behind in Yellow, and we're going to do that in the virtual console. So that is the 19 Pokemon that remain for Kanto, and let's see, 5, 6, 7 of them we can get right now. 8 of them we already have, we just need to trade on screen. So we take those out, there's only 4 Pokemon left in Leaf Green. So we're doing FireRed right now. We're going to do some evolutions. We're going to take a break, go trade, and come back and go into Leaf Green and finish Leaf Green out. So that's kind of the plan for the day. That's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to get FireRed started out, and let me get it on screen real quick, and we'll go from there. Let's see. Doing good. You off today too? Yes, I am off. I'm being forced to take my vacation time. I've got 3 weeks of vacation before the year's over, and I was planning on just cashing them out at the end of the year, but apparently we get in trouble if we do that. Like the company, not me personally. I wanted a big fat check, and they said no, you get time off instead. So we're going to be streaming a lot this week. I was saying at the beginning, I think right before I came in, and then kind of once you were here, I've traded with myself. We're in FireRed. We're going to do some training, some breeding and evolving, and knock out about half of what we have left. Because we're at 191 out of 210, so that leaves 19 Pokemon. 8 of them are trade evolutions that we already have the forms that we need. So technically, we only have 11 Pokemon left, and I can get 7 of them probably within an hour. So that's what we're going to do. If you want to hang out with me while I grind, we've got our tried and true Charizard, our Lapras. Both of them are pretty strong for the trainer encounters that we're going to have, and Fly and Surf for utility. Kabuto's up to level 38 with the XP share, and then I've got Pinsir and Venusaur. Basically all 3 of these we're going to breed with our Ditto, which I have yet to take to the daycare because I started grinding my Kabuto, and then I thought, oh, I should probably be streaming. So we're going to use our Versus Seeker here, and all of them want to fight. That's perfect. Dress appropriately for battle. Lose that frivolous outfit, I said. So hopefully with the 2 single battles and the double battle, we can get close to 40, if not up to 40. Because we've been grinding pretty well. I just healed up, and then I thought, you know, hey, that's probably a really good spot to pick up at, so. He's got my chokes and my champs. And we just fly. But we do have the... oh no, I missed. I missed! We do have the poll up on Twitter, which is basically, since we're almost done with Kanto here, hopefully finishing Kanto out today, I'm going to be starting Crystal. Oh, not enough. Okay. We're going to be finishing Crystal, or we're going to start Crystal, excuse me. So I've got a poll for the starters, and right now we've got 10 votes in, and from order from lowest to highest, Totodile is 20%, Chikorita is a 30%, and Cyndaquil is 50%. So Cyndaquil is taking that lead, and he's starting to run with it. So if you guys haven't voted yet, check out my Twitter. The link is below in the panels if you're on PC, or if you're on mobile, if you scroll over to the About, I believe is what it's called, you can find a link to the Twitter page and cast your vote for our Crystal starter. Black Belt Shay would like to battle. He's got Machoke and a Machamp, I believe. We've just been spamming the Versus Seeker here. Trying to grind up our last little bit for Kabuto to evolve into a Kabutops. And there we go. 39. Alright, one more level. Hopefully we can actually hit it this time. Almost enough. Gasp. 13, 20. We don't have an amulet coin anymore because we traded it over to Leaf Green, so we're not going to be making as much money, but we don't really need anything in this game. So together with Kia, we're afraid of nothing. We'll prove it to you this time. And this is why I have Lapras in front, because we have a double battle over here that we have a chance of getting. we got Primeape and Machamp. I can Flamethrower the Primeape and Psychic the Machamp, if I remember correctly. There we go, there's one. Yeah, they have to split the XP. But Kabuto gets the entirety. Okay, not quite enough. Scary face, okay, that's fine. I'll go for Psychic again just in case we miss. $17.37, perfect. Gets you up to level 40. Whoa, that's too much. You're too much. Kabuto is evolving, which actually is not going to change our count number because we're going to lose a Pokemon and gain a Pokemon. But that's okay. We've got I think, one of our biggest grinds out of the way now. Let's see. We can go ahead and change this. We've got a Kabutops. Alright. Trying to learn Slash. Yes, I would love to learn Slash because you don't really know that many good moves. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Scratch, replace it with Slash. Yeah. Kabuto doesn't really learn that many good moves. Sweet. Just got the notification from Twitter. Thank you, Mr. Tana. Alright, so actually I don't even need to run through here. I can just fly to the Pokemon Center. That's why we brought Charizard. Not the bag. The Pokemans. Alright, so let's take the XP share away from you. Let's fly back to the Pokemon Center. We can't fly to 4 Island from here, so we gotta get back on the ferry. And now we breed. Oop, I just spammed it and now we're back in Vermilion. Okay, let's get back on this boat. You have a Rainbow Pass? Yes, I do. I want to get on 4 Island, please. So we can give you our Ditto. I'm the daycare lady. Yes, I would love for you to raise my Pokemans. Take my Ditto. And you can take my new Kabutops. And while we're waiting, we're going to change our bicycle to our registered item. I had the Versus Seeker just to save a little bit of time earlier. So now we just ride around in circles and kind of hang out. This is kind of the same as the Leaf Green playthrough. We're just doing some evolutions and some breedings, so it's a little more laid back. We just gotta get to hang out, talk about whatever's going on, talk about Pokemons. And then, Tanner, since you're here, I've got some ideas for some versus stuff, and I've got some ideas for some races, because I'm going to have to play multiple versions a few times, like you saw when I was coming up with the idea here. So, I've got a playthrough planned for me and Stacy. I've got a playthrough planned for me and Shane, so you should definitely jump on that train, and we can do a race or something. We can do a race, we can do a versus, we can do a rival lock. All kinds of shenanigans, whatever you're interested in. Oh, it's you! We were raising your Pokemon, and my goodness, we were surprised. Your Pokemon had an egg! We don't know how it got there, but your Pokemon had it. Do you want it? Yes, I do want it. Take good care of it. No. I'm gonna scramble it. Yes, of course I'm going to take good care of it. Oh, it's you. Good to see you. Your Pokemon can only be doing good. Will you take your Pokemon back? Yes. Give me my Kabutops, please. A whole $100. No, I'm going to leave my Ditto in there. Oh, my party's now going to be full, I believe. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm giving her a Pokemon. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yes. We're going to give you the Pinsir, just because it's a one-time. I'll raise your Pinsir. Who's doing what so far? So right now, me and Stacy are going to be doing a Heart Gold and Soul Silver Cute Charm versus. Cute Charm is that exploit that we were talking about. Basically, if you restart over and over and over and over again to get your secret ID and your regular ID close enough, and you have a Pokemon with Cute Charm in the front of your party, your shiny odds go up to just under 20%. So you just get a lot of shinies and stuff. So we're doing a shiny race, basically. And then me and Shane are probably going to be doing the same for Diamond and Pearl, since it's a Gen 4 exploit. He either wants to do that or the yellow versus, but he hasn't decided, so technically either one is open. And then I'm going to have to do stuff with Oras. I'm going to have to do stuff with Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon. Because the, what's it called? The Poipole hunts, I'm going to have to do it again because I need living and shiny. And then Oras, we've got the multiple forms of the legendaries, of course, have mega evolutions, and then Deoxys and its obnoxious amount of forms. So there's options. Or we can do like a fan-made game or something. We can do Insurgents, we could do Phoenix Rising. There's all kind of options we got. Any luck? Ah, it's you. Your Ditto and Pinsir are doing fine. The two seem to get along. Okay, good. So we should be getting an egg pretty soon. Yeah, we've recorded the beginning of the Heart Gold Soul Silver stuff because Crystal is about to start once we finish Leaf Green and Fire Red here. So that'll be a YouTube exclusive thing that'll kind of be going on while I'm playing through Crystal. Trying to get all the same gen stuff going on at the same time. Okay, that should be enough. We should be able to get our egg here. Oh, it's you. We were raising your Pokemon. My goodness, we were surprised. They had an egg. Yes, I do want it. Thank you so much. Alright, so let's put our egg in the breed box. Down for any, maybe if there's Gen 3 you can think of. Yeah, I definitely got stuff for Gen 3. I don't have an actual playthrough or versus or anything planned out yet, but I'm going to have to do Oras multiple times. Just because I'm doing Oras instead of Ruby and Sapphire because of Deoxys. In Ruby and Sapphire, Deoxys was event only. In Oras, you can get it in the Delta story. Perfect. Here's your Pinsir. We're going to leave our Ditto behind, and I could have just put in another Pokemon, but instead we're going to do it twice. That's fine. So we're going to put our Pinsir back. Alright, so these are Pokemon from our Leaf Green playthrough. And so now we give her the Venusaur. We need 5 eggs. And we've got to hope one of them at least is female. Because we need a Bulbasaur, an Ivysaur, the gender variants of Venusaur, and a Mega Venusaur. Luckily, Venusaur we can get at level 32, so it's not going to be quite as grindy as the Mega Charizard and the Bulbasaur, or not the Bulbasaur, the Squirtle line was. It's a good thing about the grass Pokemon evolve quicker. And that's why we did Kabutops first, because it takes up to level 40 to evolve it. So we did the grind through there, and then bred for an egg. So then we just have to hatch the egg for a Kabuto. They're doing fine. They seem to get along. Okay, so that's good. Because our Blastoids didn't... no, we didn't have Blastoids. We had a Squirtle for the Squirtle line. Our Squirtle and Ditto did not get along, so those 4 eggs took forever. Okay, so... But yeah, Tanner, Oras is probably going to be the one that I'm going with just because of Deoxys. So if you want to do like a race, or if you want to do like a versus or something like that, if you come up with some ideas, let me know, because I've got to play both games a total of 5 times because there's 5 Deoxys forms. So if we can make, you know, 1 or 2 of those playthroughs a versus or something to make it a little easier, that'd be nice. I've got to play each one twice because there's the Kyogre Groudon and then Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon. So that's a little annoying, but that's okay. That should be enough. That's you. We were raising your Pokemon, and my goodness, they had an egg. Yes, I want the egg. Alright, so there's egg number 1 of 5. We're going to put it in the box because I want to try to hatch them all at once. Alright. So the top line is our Kabuto egg and our Pinsir egg. And the bottom line will be our Bulbasaur eggs. But if you're interested in doing either the Diamond and Pearl cute charm or the yellow race, let me know, because Shane said he's cool with either one. But if you want to do Gen 3, we can definitely do that, because like I said, I'm gonna be in Gen 3 for a while. That's probably gonna be our longest one. We got an egg. God, these buttons are so sticky. I'm sorry. Or loud, I should say. I guess technically they stick. That is correct, but they're so loud. Alright, so we're gonna get egg number 2. I don't have any of those, unfortunately. Well, lucky for you, I have multiple 3DSs. Only one has a capture card, but we can figure it out. We can get it working. Just basically whichever one you're interested in, let me know, and we can figure out a way to make it work, because I can just borrow I can probably borrow a console that has a capture card from a buddy of mine, so and make it happen. So we just go around in circles. We got another egg? Yes, we do. Alright, so that's egg number 3 of 5. And we've got to hope that one of these 5 is a female Bulbasaur, because we need that gender variant Venusaur, so we'll see once we start cracking eggs. I already have, I'm not sure which part you're responding to because you are on a delay, so for me it's a couple seconds after I said it, and I've been talking this whole time, so I'm sorry. Alpha Sapphire, so maybe a race in Oras. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you were saying you already have Alpha Sapphire. Gotcha, okay. Hold an egg. Guess I want the egg. Okay, yeah, we can definitely do that. We can either do like a story race, or we can do like a rival lock. Something like that. Whatever you are interested in, my friend. Alright, so that's 4 of 5. We got one more egg. And then we can start busting these open. No, my bad, I'm on PS4. Okay, gotcha, yeah. PS4 keyboard is kind of a pain in the butt. Shane will either watch on his phone or the PS4, and I can always tell when it's the PS4 by the way he types in chat. Yes, alright, so we got 5 eggs now. Yes, I do want it. And we'll go ahead and take our Venusaur out just so it doesn't level up too much because we are still using it in leaf green. Ground by 1. Yes, I want it back. I don't want him to get too high leveled. I mean, technically our team is a little underleveled in leaf green, but I don't want it forgetting moves because I believe if it's supposed to learn a new move when it levels up, they'll just do it for you. So, I don't want that to happen. Alright, so we're going to put Venusaur up back in the catch dump because that's where I'm going to trade with myself. And then we're going to put Lapras up. How does the rival thing work? A rival lock is basically a versus with a Nuzlocke twist. August, are you playing on a Game Boy Advance? No, it's it's an original Nintendo DS with a capture card from Loopy. Let's see. So we're going to... That's kind of why it's a little... Here, I'll show you real quick. It upscales, so when we go into the boxes and stuff, it's a little bloated, but overall, it looks pretty good. Yeah, like the box art is a little fuzzy, just because it tries to upscale it and make it look pretty. But overall, it's a good little thing. All right, so we're gonna fly. Well, first we need to go back to Viridian because we can only fly between the islands. Or Vermilion. Viridian is where we live. That's not true either. That's in front of where we live. We live in Pallet Town. Not my bag. Pokemon. We're gonna fly to Cerulean City, which is up here. We're gonna fly to Cerulean City, and then we're going to ride our bike around in circles like a fool. Which we should probably get the eggs out if we're gonna do that. But Tanner, the rival lock is basically like a Nuzlocke. You have to catch the first Pokemon in a route. If they faint, they die, stuff like that. But the rival lock rules are basically, excuse me, I'm sorry. The rival lock rules are whenever we both finish a gym, like we have to do a link trade, or not a link trade, we have to do an online battle. We have to fight each other. And the winner gets to force a trade. So like, say we have a team of 4 Pokemon each, and then we defeat the first gym. Then we each pick 1 Pokemon, we do a one-on-one fight, and then the winner gets to pick one of the 4 Pokemon to force a trade. Basically, you don't want to have a Pokemon that sucks, because then, you know, if it's in the battle, it's going to suck. But you don't want to have a full team that's awesome, because then it's more likely that they're going to get stolen. I'm not really doing the playthrough full justice, because there are more rules than that. Like, you can only have a Pokemon in the fight, in the link fight, up to 2 times each. So you can't just spam the same Pokemon over and over again, which is especially important if we get Mega Evolutions and stuff like that. It's a little more specific than that, but you kind of get the general idea. I believe A-Drive and Shady Penguin did it, and I think they called it a cage lock. It's similar to that. There's so many Nuzlocke variations out there that we can easily come up with something to do with 2 people, so. And make it a little bit of a challenge instead of just a straight up race. Yeah, no, it seemed pretty fun from watching them do it. Basically, the way they did it is up to the first gym, you can only have 2 Pokemon. And the second gym, you could have 4. And then after that, you can have your full team, just so you're not overpowered. And then after both players beat the gym, they would have a one-on-one. They'd get a pick. And then the winner gets to steal a Pokemon. And then the winning Pokemon that was in that cage fight gets a bonus. Like, they can either use held items now. Like basically, you can't get held items and you can't use TMs unless that Pokemon wins a fight. And you can only pick one of those. And that's why you have the chance to fight twice, because you can get TMs and held items. So, again, I'll have to look into it and kind of flesh it out a little bit more. That's just some loose rules from a couple different playthroughs that I watched, just kind of trying to get ideas for it. But it was definitely pretty cool. It made it a little more challenging, and it made the versus aspect a little more interesting instead of just racing to beat the game. I was like, okay, I have to be ready to beat these gym leaders, and I have to be ready to beat the other player. So instead of just straight up, all right, I gotta beat the game, let's blow through this. Because to me, that's kind of fun, but it's not super entertaining as a viewer. Like, it's fun for the people involved, but as a viewer, if they're just blowing through the story, you know, it's basically trying to watch two people speedrun at the same time, which can kind of be cool, but at the same time, it's kind of, I don't know. It wouldn't be my first pick. I'd rather watch, you know, something more like they have to fight each other, they have, you know, certain rules are limited until they win, as opposed to a straight up race. Alright, we've been going around in circles for a little bit. We should be getting close. Unfortunately, the flame body and stuff abilities will hatch from this. It will take some time. Okay, so we're going to take a while. Flame body and stuff like that didn't come into play until Emerald. So technically Gen 3, but not till the very end of Gen 3. So it was Ruby Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then Emerald. So we unfortunately don't get those abilities yet. Which unfortunately is going to be quite the grind when we get into Crystal, because of all the baby Pokemon introduced that we'll have to breed for. It'll be kind of grindy, but that's okay. That's kind of the whole point of this obnoxious challenge. We're trying to catch every obtainable Pokemon. It is not going to be easy. So we just kind of spin around the circle. This unfortunately is one of the best egg routes without having to go from city to city. It's just a nice little circle. I do definitely appreciate X and Y and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon just giving you a really long strip to go up and down. Conveniently right in front of the daycare. Because otherwise we'd be going around that little circle around the houses in the Pokemon Center like we were doing to obtain the eggs. This, at least, there's a little more variety. There's more trees. It's the scenic route. But yeah, today is going to be a two-part series because I'm going to have to go off stream to trade with myself because I've only got the one original DS. So I'm going to have to go over to my friend's house in order to trade back because, you know, we're dumb and didn't think, hey, let me borrow your DS so I can just do it right here, because that would just make sense. And sadly, the first time I thought about it was just now. Now that we're almost done. Come on. But basically, once we finish this, we're going to go off and trade and then come back, and we will be back in Leaf Green. We've got a little bit left in there. I think once we get back into Leaf Green, we'll have 4 Pokemon left to catch. So Crystal should be starting either Friday or Monday, depending on how far we get today. Because the downside to Leaf Green is we still have 2 more gyms and the Elite Four, because we have to get to Cerulean Cave for Mewtwo. So that's going to take a little bit of time. So we might go into Friday and then start Crystal on Monday. And then we've got some other stuff that we're going to be streaming this week as well. We're going to do some Overwatch for the Nano Cola Challenge. If you guys are interested in Overwatch, there's basically an in-game event going on for Diva that we're going to be playing. That will be me, Kitten Hawk, Darth Brichter, Magic Malwraith, and Curly Rob. So the same people that I did the Attack Torb video with. basically have a 5-person team, so almost a full team. So if anyone out there plays Overwatch on PC and wants a team to hang out with, let me know, because we definitely need a 6th. We don't absolutely need one, but it would be nice to have a full team instead of the random who doesn't talk to us and we don't know where they are and we have to babysit. And then I've got some stuff that I'm working on ahead of time. I'm starting to work on ahead of time, excuse me, for October. We've got some YouTube stuff. Basically what I'm trying to do is make it so that there's stuff for you guys here on Twitch, you know, because you get the full streams, we get to hang out and stuff like that, whereas YouTube gets the cut down, basically Let's Play versions. So I'm going to try to give them some stuff as well that's like specifically for YouTube and kind of build the audience over there as well. And then I'm using, because Tanner, we were talking about how basically they're making me take a week off. I've got 3 weeks of vacation time instead of just letting me cash it in. They're making me take time off, which I sound so upset about, but no, I definitely need a break. So, but I'm going to be using this week to get ahead on my editing and get the YouTube channel back on schedule, because it's been a little sporadic the last 2 weeks, and I apologize about that. Just been trying to make sure everything gets out on time, and if it's not ready, I don't want to give you, you know, a half-assed video. Prince Jacob, also known as Tanner. When are you doing the Overwatch event? We should be doing it pretty soon. I'm just waiting to hear back from 2 more of the team. Basically, we're just waiting until we've got enough time for all of us to play the full event. Potentially tomorrow night. Just keep an eye on the Twitter. Twitter is definitely the best place to see what's going on with the channel outside of my planned schedule, because we are doing more and more outside of that schedule. Right now, we typically stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, about 4 to 7, just 3 hours at a time, and that's usually the OCD Dex Challenge. I'm starting to add more to that as we can work the schedule around. So basically, if you just keep an eye on Twitter, I'll usually post if we're going to be doing stuff later that day, kind of like I did for this stream, because this is we're doing it a 2-part stream, and this is definitely earlier than my usual time. But it's kind of a laid back, just kind of get a hang out and crack some eggs open, which are taking forever, by the way. Let's see. It's making sounds. It's almost ready to hatch. Okay, so we're getting close. We're getting really close. And as long as one of these Bulbasaurs can be female. There we go. I wonder what it's going to be. It's a Bulbasaur. We're not going to update our counts yet until we crack all 5 of these eggs, because I'm going to look at them all at once. So there's 1 of 5. We should be cracking the rest soon. They should be, you know, a matter of steps between each other. That may have been the last one that I never put in the box, though, because I walked a little bit more with that one than the rest of them. But once the next one starts, they should be pretty quick. There we go. I wonder what it is, guys. It's the Bulbasaur. Little baby Bulbasaur. That's so adorable. No, we will not nickname you. Yeah, I only nickname Pokemon. I only nickname my shinies, and if we're doing Nuzlocks. Like for the Living Dex, the OCD Dex Challenge, I'm not going to nickname them. I'm sorry. Alright, we should be our next one. Oh, wow. Almost exact. The baby Bulbasaur. Alright, so that's 3 of 5. We're going to look at them all at once, and then we'll update our counts and everything, so. 2 to go. But yeah, we're going to do some Overwatch stuff. We'll do some Rocket League once the new season starts. We're going to do a Road to Rank series. There's some other games that we're going to do for Halloween. We're going to do Monster Prom for the month of October. Since it's the game itself there's 3 weeks in game time, so there'll be 3 episodes, so probably 1 a week, and then some other fun stuff like that. I've had requests for Skyrim. I've had requests, nope, for Dark Souls, which I don't know if I want to do that or not. Skyrim is definitely looking more likely, though. Because we were talking about Elder Scrolls 6 last time. And so a couple people were wanting to see that, so we'll definitely make that happen soon. And I've got some other games that I want to play for sure. Typically, I play... Oh, another egg. Pokemon and PC and stuff like that. But I definitely want to play the new Spider-Man game that's coming out for PS4. Would you like to give it a name? Okay, so that's all 5 of them. Hopefully one of them is a girl. Let's find out. They're all boys. Oh, no. Bulbasaur. Let's see. What is the gender ratio? Let's go to Cerebi. Let's find out. FireRed, Leaf Green. Bulbasaur. Oh my goodness, it's an 87.5 to 12.5. Alright, so we're gonna have to get some more Bulbasaur eggs going. 12.5. That is ridiculous. Alright, so we will put 4 of these 5. In the evolve box, or let's see, one of them will go for our living dex, which we can now officially update the count. We get to 192 in our latest edition. It's a good old Bulbasaur, and that sprite is so adorable. And then the evolve box here, we've got an Ivysaur, we've got a Mega Venusaur, and we've got our gender variant Venusaurs. We've got our male. So we can add this Bulbasaur to our trade box. If anybody wants a Bulbasaur, let me know. These are our doubles here in our in-game trades. Alright, so this Venusaur still needs to be bred for more. I'll put you down. And the Kabutops and the Pinsir can be traded back to Leaf Green. Let's see. We need to evolve those. Well, not evolve. We need to hatch them. It's 87.5 and 12.5 for all starters. That's ridiculous. Meganium has a gender variant as well, so that's going to be fun. Alright, so we've got a baby Kabuto and... Oh, how did we get stuck in there? And a baby Pinsir. So our other Pinsir will become our Mega Pinsir, and then this one will be our Living Dex. So that'll get us up to 194. And then let's go ahead and evolve the rest of the Bulbasaur line that we need. And then we'll crack some eggs, try to get that female Bulbasaur. We'll evolve her and then we'll take a break. So we get to spin around some more circles, which is always fun. The good thing is Venusaur evolves at 32 and not 36, so that's a little bit quicker that we can get that evolution knocked out of the way. And then we'll probably just do the versus seeker method that we were doing earlier with those fighting trainers, because that's definitely a really good way to grind. We'll get these 2 knocked out of the way. That'll get us up to 94. And then we'll have Ivysaur, Venusaur, and Ivysaur, Mega Venusaur, and gender variant Venusaur. So that'll be 3 more. So that'll get us to 197. And then the 8 in-game trades will be 205, leaving 5 Pokemon left. The female Venusaur, the 2 Mewtwo's, a Magmar, and a Sandslash. Oops, I missed. Oh, I missed! So we're just kind of spinning around here, trying to crack some eggs. We evolved our Kabuto and a Kabutops, so we need to get a Kabuto for the living dex, and then a second Pinsir for Mega Pinsir. So we're just kind of spinning around circles and hanging out right now. Let's see how we're looking. It'll take some time. Yeah, they're both going to take a while, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to spin around here. And then after this, we've got to evolve our whole little Bulbasaur line that we just hatched. And then we will switch over to Leaf Green, and we'll have 4 Pokemon to go. Unfortunately, one of those Pokemon is Mewtwo, which means we have to beat the whole game. So once we get through the Elite Four, then it'll be pretty easy. But we've got some story stuff to get through. And then the last Mewtwo will be Pokemon Yellow. Which is going to be in November. So basically we're going to take a break from Gen 1 because we're going to do that right before Let's Go comes out. So that it's not just Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1. This poor kid is probably so dizzy, but his thighs, he's got thighs and calves of steel. It'll take some time. Of course, it'll take some time. Let's multitask. Let's get our Bulbasaurs out. Wrong box. Evolve. And we're going to get the XP share. Fly. Unfortunately, we need Lapras in order to do what I really want to do. So we can put one of the Bulbasaurs up and get our Lapras back out. Go. And then we will rearrange the team just in case we have that double battle again. Put Lapras there. Okay, so that'll be our gender variant male Venusaur and our Mega Venusaur is what we're going to be working on right now. A Rainbow Pass. Yes, I would like to go to one island. And we'll just work on hatching these eggs while we're running around and evolving stuff. Kind of do a little multitasking. That way we're not just running around in a circle. So we surf up here. A Spearow, oh my god! What are we gonna do? We're gonna run away. That's what we're gonna do. Alright, so we get up here. Around these rocks. Bonita. We still gotta get through here. And we're gonna set the versus seeker. Can we get all of them? Almost. Dress appropriately for battle. Lose that frivolous outfit, I said. It sounds so familiar. It's like deja vu or something. Black Belt Hugh would like to battle. We've got him a choke and we've got him a champ. Just hit flamethrower. Should body him. Yep. Trying to learn Leech Seed. Yes, we can learn Leech Seed. Oh, we didn't even look at the moves they knew. Toxic, Tackle, Growl, Toxic, and Strength. We learned those from our Venusaur. I hate that HMs are passed down, though. I don't like that. Try and learn Vine Whip. HMs can't be forgotten. Of course they can't. So I have to go to the move deleter to get rid of Strength. That's really dumb. About to use Machamp. We will stay in for Machamp. And we will Flamethrower again. See which one's more powerful. Oh, almost. Cross Chop. Not gonna do too much. Unless he crits. That's fine though. We'll just cut. Me, take that instead. Level 15. One more. Poison Powder. We already know Toxic. We're not going to learn Poison Powder. Or Sleep Powder. Almost. So we got him to level 15. Don't you need 6 Torchics? I'm going to need a lot of Torchics. Because the whole Torchic line has gender variants, so 2, 4, 6, technically 8 because of Mega. No, we're not doing that. 6, we're gonna need 7. Needed more steps. Two. 1, 2. We'll take them first. My big brother and I make an awesome combination. We won't lose this time. But you will. Crushkin, Mick, and Mia. Mick and Kia. Mikia! Let's fly on the Machamp, and we'll Psychic the Primeape. We'll try it the other way. Raise my attack and make me confused. Come on. Confuse attack. No. Okay, good. If he cross chops the Lapras, we're dead. Nice. That's gonna hurt a lot. We did. Oh, we have to send a Pokemon. Oh god. Alright, Bulbasaur, time for more XP. You're just toxic. This poor little Bulbasaur's like, what? Okay, good. I can't believe it. Believe it. Alright, so our count actually does get to go up because we have our Bulbasaur in the box. So that's going to change this to Ivysaur. And our count goes up to 193. He wants to fight, so let's click the wrong item. Take the XP share from you and give you the XP share. No, we don't want to give you the Versus Seeker. Stop it. And we'll fly and heal up. I swam around this island 3 times. That sounds exhausting. That Bulbasaur was given some intense whale eye. Just... You want me to do what? That thing was just born and then surrounded by scary monsters. Hello, Bulbasaur. Welcome to the world. Charizard! What? Can I learn Vine Whip? Yes, we're going to get rid of Tackle for Vine Whip. And then Machamp we can fly on. And it's a damage roll, so hopefully we can one-shot it. We one-shot the level 56, so we should be able to get the level 55. We couldn't earlier, though. That was kind of annoying. There we go. That's much better. I think we're going to stop at 15, aren't we? No, we've got Toxic, so we're not learning Poison Powder, and we're not going to learn Sleep Powder. I do think it's interesting that it learns 2 moves at the same level, though. Alright, so let's fly back to the Pokemon Center. Get everyone healed up, and then we'll swap out our Ivysaur for our last Bulbasaur. Gonna move Pokemon. Ivysaur. Oop, right there. Take you. Oh no, I missed. Oh, I missed. Alright, so we're at 193 out of 210, which means we have 17 Pokemon left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those Pokemon are right here, so that means we have 9. And then we've got 4 more right here, so that means we've got 5 Pokemon left. Let's see what we're looking at. We're looking at Magmar, Sandslash, Mewtwo, and another Mewtwo. Let's see. That'd be 4. Maybe I can't math. 193, 17, 8, 9, 4, 5. We're good. Because we need a female Bulbasaur. I can math. Alright. Let's see how our eggs are looking. It'll still take some time for these guys. Sorry, I grind up a little bit more. We're gonna surf. Unfortunately, Bulbasaur doesn't actually get any extra XP for being in the front of the party and then switching. It's gonna be the same amount because of the way the XP share used to work. Oh, okay. I just want to land, please. This tentacle is like, no, fight me. No, dude, we're good. Geodude. No thanks. We're trying to get some training. I feel like this and Cerulean Cave are actually pretty evenly matched as far as grinding goes. We get more XP at once, but then when we have to stop and heal, it's probably pretty evenly matched. If I drop some repels down before we get up to them, that probably would make it a little easier. Get them all on the screen, and Versus Seeker. Just the double battle, okay. Alright, so we go for Flamethrower on the Machamp. Almost enough. Alright, it's gonna miss its swagger, that's good. We're gonna Psychic the Primeape. Same, almost enough. Cross Chop on Charizard, interesting. Oh, oop, nope, fly. Let's get Charizard out of the way. And we're just gonna surf on him. It's going for swagger again. Just don't get confused and we can win. I mean, you're going to get confused. Don't hurt yourself, and we can win. Come on, Lapras. Alright, well, Lapras is dead again. Because she doesn't know how to not hit herself. Oh, there we go. Machamp's gonna kill itself. Does Fly move if our target faints? Or are we just gonna miss because there's no target now? Okay, good. I can't believe it. Believe it. Bulbasaur's evolving. Our count's gonna stay the same. Sorry, I keep moving around. My chair is not that great. Bulbasaur evolved into Ivysaur. Okay, let's heal up our Lapras since she did survive. Do I not have Hyper Potions? That sucks. Well, let's just do this then. We're at the end game, it's okay. "91 steps. Okay, so we just run around. This works for the eggs too, so we're kind of getting a 2-in-1. Who wants to fight? Everyone wants to fight. Very good. So let's see how far we can get with the 3 battles. Oops. I spammed it. I didn't want to do that. Well, here's a free hit then. That's on me. Flamethrower. He's my champ, so it seems like we're gonna get a level per fight now. Flamethrower again. Why me? You're the one that wanted to fight again, that's why. I do like that the Versus Seeker is not limited. You just have to walk around and recharge it. Because then you can just spam it for stuff like this. Get really close to you guys for a second. Gets us up to 21. We need to get to 32. Oh, Charizard, really? It's not that hard. It's a big 4-armed monster. We'll just do it this way then. And cut. 22, 10 levels to go. Trying to learn Razor Leaf. We can learn Razor Leaf. Let's heal Charizard up a little bit, and then we'll take this fight on. Then we'll go run around with our eggs a little bit more. Okay. We'll prove it to you this time. I'm sure you will. Makia! Surf on them both. Don't get confused. Or if you do, don't hit yourself. Almost enough. Okay, Screech, that's fine. That's better. Surf. Gets rid of my champ. Doesn't do that much to Primate. And he's dead. Well, that's too much. You're too much. Alright, let's see how we're looking with these guys. It'll take some time still. Bulbasaur is at 24. Means 8 more levels to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically I have to fight them all 2 more times. Can I run down here? Oh. Have we not fought you before? Huh. I could have sworn we have. Okay. One more XP then. Got a shelter. We've got a cloister. Oh, going for protect. Okay. Rude. And a war turtle. War turtle. Level 38. I don't know why you wouldn't have evolved it into a Blastoise. But okay. $25. What the? They're good. 152 bucks. I was just trying to see what's down here. Nothing. Alright, so we'll fight these guys one more time, and then we'll go heal. And then we can go run around and get rid of these eggs. And get some more Bulbasaur eggs. There we go. The only thing is they're not getting the boosted XP because I hatched them, so they're my Pokemon. Cross chop. Too bad I'm not here. Almost enough. Submission. You need a recoil from that, don't you? You just killed yourself. No, you still live. Okay, that's fine. You played yourself. $26. 6 more levels. She's still in the air. That's funny. Alright. Champion Primate, again. Alright, so Surf can't kill them, so we might as well just try to attack with Psychic. Oh, wow. We get a crit. Very nice. So Charizard can just cut, and we're done. Hopefully, because he did just lower my speed by 2. Oh, yeah. Now Lapras is the fastest. $27. So 5 to go. Oh, that's too much. Alright, so let's get to the Pokemon Center. Let's get healed back up. And we can either go back to Cerulean and just do our little loop and try to crack these eggs, or we can try to finish grinding out this Venusaur. Got 5 more levels on Ivysaur. Things are still going to take some time. Let's go ahead and work these eggs a little bit. Change it up. Because I know running in circles can get kind of repetitive, but fighting the same trainers over and over again can be repetitive as well. So try to change it up just a little bit. It's a little right up there. Maybe. A little right up there. There we go. Cut through saffron. If we can't not run into everything we see, that'd be great. There we go. So now we just spin around some circles, trying to crack these eggs, get those out of the way, boost our count, get us up to 195 with those two. We're getting so close. 210 is what we're looking for. We're at 193. Technically we're at 201. So we got those 8 Pokemon sitting in the box that just need to be evolved on screen. But those are trait evolutions. So that's gotta wait. So I gotta transfer them over. It's probably what I'll do between now and Friday's stream, is transfer those up to Sun and Moon, so I can trade with myself and you guys can see that. That way we can have Kanto officially done, minus the Pokemon Yellow Mewtwo. So that's probably what I'll work on in between here and the Leaf Green stream. Getting things moved over, because it's a pain in the butt to move them all the way up from FireRed to the new games. So once we get those moved up, that'll take 8 more out of our 210, leaving us with 7. We've got 3 Venusaurs. Male, female, and Mega. So that'll get us to 4. 2 of those are Mewtwo's, and then a Magmar and a Sandslash. And those will be over in Leaf Green. Hopefully later today. Because I knew this chunk was going to be pretty grindy. So that's why we're doing it early. Making progress here. Occasionally moves that should hatch soon. Still takes some time. Okay. The bottom one is probably the Kabuto, because the fossil eggs take forever. We just spin in circles all day long. This poor kid is probably so dizzy. Be much nicer if there was a little bit easier of a egg hatching route, or if the flame abilities worked, but alas they do not. It's gonna be so great once we get out of Gen 1 and Gen 2, when we need to hatch eggs. Because the trick is, I can't just send them up to the new games and then hatch eggs there, because then they're considered caught in Alola, not Kanto. And the whole point is they need to come from their native region. They need to be caught by the same trainer, they need to be caught in their native region. The only exceptions are the shinies, and unknown, question mark, and exclamation point, because those didn't come out in Gen 2. Those were later. How about now? How are we looking? It's almost ready to hatch. It should hatch soon. Okay. So a few more rounds, we'll make 2 more additions to the dex count. And then we'll go up to 4 island hatches, get us some more Bulbasaur eggs. You brought problem upon yourself. I did. Yeah, this whole quest is super grindy, so... Overall, we can find most of them in the wild, stuff like that. It's the starters that are the big things, and then the fossils, because you only get 1 of each fossil. Or you get 1 fossil per game, and you only get 1 of each. So the fossils and the starters are the biggest thing. And like I said, the newer games, basically, as we get into the newer games, there's better grinding spots for leveling up. FireRed doesn't have that many good trading spots post-game. Like Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, like you can just go to Pony Grove and grind because you've got SOS chaining and stuff like that. All you gotta do is find yourself a Chansey and you can get up to level 50 something in like 10 minutes. Pincer. Alright, so that's gonna up our count to 194. That will be our regular Pincer, and the Pincer from before will be our Mega Evolution, just because it's a higher level. Let's see, so you're going to change into a bug. I like bugs. Alright, so that Pincer is 194, and then we've got a Kabuto that'll be 195, which we should be getting pretty soon here. But yeah, basically the further we get in through this project, the easier it'll be for the grinds for stuff like this. It's just once you beat the game, there's not really too much to do in the earlier games. It's like you can fight the Elite Four again, I guess. Which, I mean, technically we could, but they're going to be more powerful. So we're just going to fight those guys over on one island again. We should be getting pretty close. It's almost ready to hatch. Yeah, we're almost there. So that'll make 2 more additions. They're in the mid-70s, I think. Yeah. My Charizard's the only one at the mid-70s. The rest of my team from FireRed's like 50, like high 50s, low 60s. So that would definitely be good XP, but we are underleveled for that. We can go in and try it once we get this egg cracked, because level 70 experience would be fantastic. Like, even if we just take the first 2 on over and over again. I totally just blanked on the ice trainer's name, but Lorelei. Yeah, we could just take on Lorelei and Bruno over and over again. Might be a little bit more entertaining than those Machoke, Machamp, Machoke, Machamp. Alright, we should be cracking this egg pretty soon. I think that's what we're going to do, though. I think we're going to give that a shot. Because we can just throw everything in the boxes, minus the 1 Bulbasaur or Ivysaur. Huh? There we go. That puts us up to 195. No, we will not nickname you. 195 and Kabuto. tree. Come on. So we'll go into the Pokemon Center here real quick. We don't need to heal up. We haven't fought anything. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I locked the top lock on accident. Okay. So we've got ourselves a pincer here. And we got our new Kabuto. So let's go ahead and put these up. You go here. Oh, they were in the party. I don't know why I did that. No, they weren't. They were in here. That's why I did that. Alright, so Kabuto, Kabutops. Pincer. Our Mega Evolutions, where do you go in this folder? Next to Kangaskhan. About 11. And then this will go in our living decks. I believe you're this one? 128, 127, yes. And that's Magmar. That's Ditto. That's Lapras. That's Porygon, which we have over in Leaf Green. Staryu Starmie, Hitmonchan, Gengar, Alakazam, Machoke. The Bellsprout line we have over in Leaf Green. Golem, Slowpoke Slowbro we have in Leaf Green. Who goes here? Vulpix and Ninetales we have in Leaf Green. Sandshrew, Sandslash, we have Sandshrew in Leaf Green. Sandslash needs to evolve. Charizard's in the party. And Venusaur we have in Leaf Green. Well, we have right here actually. We need to evolve. We need to breed for more. So we're going to take this little Bulbasaur out. Put him here. In the evolve folder. And we're going to get the gang back together again. We're going to get our Raichu. We're going to get our Primeape. And who else do we want? Let's get Snorlax, because he can tank. Or we can use Mewtwo. We can just cheese it up. What moves does he know? Swift Recover, Safeguard, Psychic. Okay, that's fine. He's just a higher level, it would be nice to have it. So we'll lead Primeape. She is weaker, but we'll see what we can do here. So let's fly to the Indigo Plateau. Let's give it a shot. We're not going to buy any heals or anything like that. We are going to save. Alright, we're going to give it a shot. We're just going to do this to grind our Bulbasaur, or Ivysaur I should say. So let's see how it goes. I, Lorelei of the Elite Four, have returned. You know how it goes. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon, except me. I already beat you once. Your Pokemon will be at the mercy when they are frozen solid. Haha, are you ready? They are a much higher level now. And my team is not, so we'll see how it goes. 64. Okay, Dugong and Primeape's at 54. So we just Brick Breath? Okay. Double team. Cool. So we're not going to get one shot. We're not going to get bodied or anything yet, so that's good. And we hit it. There we go. That's some good XP. So we're going for a Lapras. Just Brick Break again. That thing's so tanky. It's gonna Psychic. It doesn't get stabbed, so I don't think it's gonna kill us, but it's gonna kill us. Okay. Okay, Raichu. Give me a second. Excalibur has managed to trap himself. Okay. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but he managed to trap himself in a cabinet because that's what he's good at. Almost enough. It's gonna surf on us. I don't think that'll kill, but it is 11 levels up. She's gonna heal. There's no way she's not going to. We outspeed. Almost enough. She's gonna surf and that's gonna kill Raichu. Ugh. We're just trying to level up our little Ivysaur. And bring in Mewtwo. How about that? Level 28, you need 4 more levels. We'll stay in for Cloyster. Psychic is a pretty strong move, especially in the first gen, but with Stab, it's amazing. No, I don't want to learn Sweet Scent. Guess we're going to stop learning Sweet Scent. Just got Piloswine now. Or just spam Psychic all the way. This thing's super tanky though, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Got to use Jinx. She's Ice Psychic, so that's not going to work anymore. So we're going to have to go for Swift. Which does a surprising amount of damage. Swift again. And that's matched. Nice. Alright, so it gets us to level 30. Things shouldn't be this way. If only we had our amulet coin still, that would be nice. Alright, let's put... Okay, Lapras is in the front, that's fine. We probably won't make it past Bruno. But that's all we need to get our Venusaur, so that's okay. Because he should have an Onix. Or are they Steelix now? We'll find out. They're Steelix. Waterfall is Still very good on him. Rock Tomb's gonna hurt because we're ice. Damn. Not enough. That's good. Cool. We get another one. Actually doing better than I thought we would. I was thinking we're just gonna have to repeat Lorelei over and over again. Coming in with a Hitmonchan. We'll stay. Sky Uppercut. Okay, so Lapras is dead. Whoops. Yeah, that hurts. Alright, well you've got a fighting Pokemon. I'll just bring in my Psychic Pokemon. How about that? We'll just spam Psychic. $31, so one more level. Got to use Steelix. Yeah, we'll change for Steelix. We'll get Charizard in here. Because we can just Flamethrower on it. And get it out of here. Good job. Hitmonlee. We'll stay because we can fly. Rock Slide. It's not very nice. There we go. Good job. And he's got a champ coming in. Alright, I guess we're going around 3 then. It's definitely going a lot faster than I thought we would. There we go. And that Machamp is hard too. That Machamp stopped us twice. 32. How could I lose? Ivysaur's evolving. Alright, so 196, guys. It's a big Venusaur. There we go. Ivysaur evolved into Venusaur. Cool. Now we're facing Ghost Pokemon. This is probably where we lose Mewtwo. Which is good, because we need to switch out. Just blow through that text, sorry, if you wanted to see that. Should get the job done? Almost. We missed with the Hypnosis. She's gonna heal. So we'll just Flamethrower again. And Dragon Claw for the win. Thunderbolts. We're not getting stabbed, so it's going to hurt because we're flying, but I don't think it'll kill. Yeah. Dragon Claw almost did half. If we can get a high roll. Nope. I feel like she might heal here. Which is fine, we're not going to because we're just here for XP. Oh, no, we're staying in. We're just gonna stay in until we die. Level 70 Gengar. Too bad Mega Evolution's not a thing. Oh my goodness. Alright then. Charizard putting in work. Well, we may go to the 4th. We'll see how this goes. Arbok. Yeah, we beat an Arbok. We're going to number 4. This is pretty crazy. I didn't think we'd make it this far. Because we were literally just trying to evolve our Ivysaur. I figured this be the Elite Four would be the best place to grind. You win. Okay, let's see. Well, we're making some money at least. Well, we're at Steven, so we might as well heal a little bit we can. That's crazy though. I didn't think we'd make it this far at all. I don't have revives or anything, do I? I do. Let's just grab Lapras real quick for the ice. That's hilarious. Alright. Ah, so you've returned, Aedifex. I lead the Elite Four. You can call me Lance, the Dragon Fairy. You've returned, but I'm going to read the same thing that I've said to you the first time, so here we go. That is really funny, though. I figured we'd get through the first 2, maybe to Agatha, and then get knocked out, because we're just trying to train. Ooh, double Dragon Dance. I don't like that. Alright, well then let's bring in our secret weapon. We went from I don't care what happens to let's see if we can take this. Oh god. Double Dragon Dance Hyper Beam. Do we live? We live! He's got to recharge, so we're just going to cheese. Yeah, he's going to kill us. That's fine. Like I said, we weren't even trying to get this far. Get you back out here. Just gonna spam the hyper beam. Can we take it? We can't. It's such cheese. Can we get it? Oh! This is probably where we lose that. That's fine. Thunderbolt. I don't think it's in range that the computer would heal, though. Oh, unless he crits and kills us, then it's fine. That's the game. Cool. We got our Venusaur. That's what we were. That's what we were going for. Cool. Got a lot further than I thought we would. So if we do that again, we should be able to get ourselves an Ivysaur or a Bulbasaur to a Venusaur. Bag. I don't want the bag. Alright, so now we have a Living Dex. No, we don't have a Living Dex Venusaur. That's our Leaf Green Venusaur. He's put in work for us. We're going to keep him. We have a Mega Venusaur. Alright, I get this little guy up to level 32. And now, actually, I can use the Venusaur. I could use any of the ones that we have, that we've bred in here, to breed for a female. So I can go ahead and trade my Venusaur back to myself once I leave here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to, we're going to get this Bulbasaur into a Venusaur for the male gender variants. And then we will take a break. I'll trade with myself, and then we'll get back in the Leaf Green later today. So Primape's in the front. Cool. Let's see how much we can get. Let's save again. Alright, so last time she set up with a double team, so we're going to try to go ahead and go for a bulk up first. And then we should be able to blow through the team with Brick Breaks. See what it does. Yeah, it's double teaming. There we go. Almost enough. It's gonna double team. She's gonna heal. So we can go for another bulk up. Yep, there's that heal. So we get 2 turns. We're gonna go for a bulk up, and then we're gonna go for a Brick Break. That'll definitely be enough. We're +2 now. We're also +2 defense, so we're a little tankier. And we crit. Good job. Let's see how many levels we can get in one fight. We'll wait for Vine Whip. Because we're going to get Razor Leaf. We get up to level 13 in one Pokemon. So now we're +2 Brick Break. Should be able to make this team easy. Almost enough. She goes for a psychic. I think that one-shot us last time. But we've got plus defense. It's special. Oh, okay, so we're living. We're going to go for Brick Break again, just to be safe. I didn't know if she was going to heal or not. No, we don't want to learn Poison Powder. And no, we don't want to learn Sleep Powder. Get to 16. Going for Jinx. Now we're to stay in for Jinx. We're going to Earthquake on Jinx. And we outspeed. Very good. Probably might be able to make it through this whole team. Barely. Although the minute she doesn't kill something, she's dead. So, yep, that might be it. That's okay. We just bring in Mewtwo. We Swift and Psychic and we're done. Oh, should have seen that coming. Should have gone for the Psychic. Would have been a one-shot. But that's okay. Swift should be able to take it down in 2. Or not. It's a lot bulkier than that. Psychic will get the job done though. And it's out of here. Perfect. We can learn Razor Leaf. Let's give it a tackle. Bulbasaur's evolving? No way. That's right, I stopped it. We evolve faster if we're a baby. It takes less XP to level up the lower stage we are, so we're going to stay as a Bulbasaur and get closer to 32. Go, and we crit. Hitmonchan, yes, we're gonna change. We'll bring out our secret weapon. Bye-bye. Use Steelix, and then we'll just change right back. Surf. Ding dong. Who's ding donging?
It's my package.
Oh, we have a delivery. He's gonna heal, so we'll just hit Surf. That was surprisingly loud. Now that should... There we go. Ice Beam. So now we just go to Mewtwo for these two. Hitmonlee and Machamp. You get to make a video now.
Yay!
And then Machamp. There's Nova. He finally decided to come hang out. Perfect. Alright, so these guys aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be, Tater. I was actually really scared about them. Gets us up to level 25. We don't want to learn Sweet Scent. Yes. How could I lose? Alright, and I believe we... Nope, we don't want to evolve. I'm going to get you as close to 32 as we can before we do that. It stopped evolving. My job is done. Go face your next challenge. And then he pouts. Nova, I miss him. He's right here. Whoop. He says hi. Huh? Tanner.
Oh.
Blah, 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 blah. We're missing it. We're just here for the XP. Flamethrower. Pretty sure this is what we did last time. I actually don't remember. Yep. Almost enough. Confuse Ray. That sucks. She's coming in with heals. Now the trick is if we don't hurt ourselves. Yeah, how bad confusion used to be. There we go, snap out of it. And Flamethrower. Wade and Vanessa, hi! Hey, what's up, guys? We're doing a two-part stream today. We're back in FireRed. And we're breeding some stuff and evolving. So we're at the Elite Four right now. Trying to evolve our little Bulbasaur. We should be able to flamethrower this thing. But yeah, once we get this Bulbasaur to evolve, we're going to take a break. I gotta go trade stuff with myself and then potentially come back and finish Leaf Green because we will have about 4 Pokemon left. Just coming in with a Gengar. Almost enough. It's kind of Thunderbolt. That sucks. I don't think that's enough to kill, though. I think it did this last time. That hurts a lot, though. Level 27. It evolves at level 32, so we're 5 levels away. 28. And then Arbok, we can Flamethrower. Potentially getting us to level 39. 29, excuse me. So we may have to go fight those trainers on one island, just so we don't have to do the, what's it called? The Elite Four again. Trying to get growth early. Now we're just trying to, we need the whole Bulbasaur line, so we need Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, the gender variants, and Mega Venusaur. And then I needed to breed a Pinsir and a Kabutops, just for those extra Pokemon. So instead of waiting until we get there in Leaf Green, we're doing it in FireRed. And we're skipping our evolution right now because we are trying to... we get more experience as a Bulbasaur than we do as an Ivysaur. And we're level 28 and we evolve at 32, so... And then we auto walk through here. Now that we know that he leads with the Gyarados, we're going to put Raichu in front, because quad weakness. I'm not sure if we can get through this or not, but we'll give it a shot. Again, we're just kind of here for the XP. We're not actually going for the champion title. So it's got Gyarados. We've got Raichu, which is significantly underleveled, but faster. Last time he set up a Dragon Dance, so we'll see how he responds to Raichu this time. Wow, okay. Earthquake. Oh my god, I didn't know it. Okay, well, Raichu's dead. Sorry, buddy. Guess we'll bring in Mewtwo. Because he's gonna heal. Let's see how much a Psychic with Stab does to him. Almost enough. Thunder Wave. Okay. So he knows Dragon Dance, Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, and Hyper Beam. On Leaf Green, I used Omastar, Jolteon, Kadabra, Tauros, Rhydon, and Venusaur. That's a pretty solid team. Level 29. Kingdra. Guess we want to change for that. No, we'll stay in. We'll just fight until they die. Oh, didn't want to do that, but okay. It's already setting up the Dragon Dance, which is not cool. 2 Dragon Dances. That's terrifying. Let's see what a Psychic can do. And I can't do anything. And double Dragon Dance Hyper Beam. Okay. So we brought the cheese. So that's gonna be the game. Just gotta recharge. Almost enough. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's probably the end of Lapras right there. Yep. And our extremely weak Charizard. Because again, we're not trying to get the championship. We're just trying to level up, so... We're not healing, we're not reviving. So since you're going to get all Pokemon, are you going to play all the games? Most of them, yes. From here, we're going to Crystal, which actually I have a poll up on Twitter for everybody to pick the starters. Oh my god, 72. If you haven't done that, Cyndaquil is leading, and more each day, actually. And we're dead. Okay. From Crystal, we're going to do Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, then Diamond and Pearl, Black and White, and X and Y, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Toxic. I'm gonna die anyway. Crystal is really fun. Crystal is one of my favorite games. That's fine. We did what we needed to. So we're gonna put the rest of the old team up. We're going to fly to Vermilion City and then go to One Island and do that little grind routine one more time. That should be enough. Crusty Chips, hey, how's it going? We're streaming a little early today. We're doing a 2-part stream. We're actually almost done with this first part. Let's see. Let's put this primate up. We're back in FireRed. We traded some Pokemon over to ourselves to grind up and to breed and stuff like that, since we don't have breeding in Leaf Green yet. So we are just trying to evolve this last Ivysaur for our gender variants, and then we are going to take a break and go to Leaf Green afterwards. Platinum might be better because of the extra zones and new Pokemon to catch, like Houndoom. I do like Platinum a lot, but the whole rule is we've got to catch Pokemon in their native region. So like Houndoom and all the extra Pokemon we can use for the team for sure, but we can't use for the OCD Dex count. Alright, so let's get over here. We're going to talk to the guy on the boat, get to one island. I do like Platinum more than Diamond and Pearl, though. What happened? What happened?
I don't know, she just talking and then she grabbed her catnip toy. So. I think she's high.
True, plus who doesn't love the level 100 Magikarp? True. Alright, let's get through here. Do we still have the Versus Seeker equipped? You guys on screen, and Versus Seeker is equipped. Everybody wants to fight, which is perfect, because that should get us to level 32. So we just hit Flamethrower, knock this guy out. Gen 1 is the best map. I would agree with that. Gen 1 had a really good map. Gen 2 is a pretty close second because you get to come back to that map, plus more. Going for Machamp. Getting Togepi was fun. Yeah, Togepi's fun. Oh, submission, and he misses. And we cut to finish it off. Why me? Alright, so we're going to let Bulbasaur evolve now. Because he's at level 30. Gives him 2 more levels. He's probably pretty close to 31. So we got ourselves another Ivysaur. Let's check him out real quick. Yeah, pretty close to level. He's going to get 31 this next battle for sure. And potentially level 32. If we can't get it in this fight, we'll get it in the double battle. So we will evolve here. Unexpected but fun. That was good. Alright, so that's our 31 right there. And then we've got the Machamp. Which I think we're going to need the double battle to get to 32, so... Yes, the double battle should get us there. How we looking? 1304, yeah. This double battle will get us our Venusaur. So we're going to get our Venusaur evolved here, then we're going to put everything up in the boxes and get ready to trade, and then we're going to save and take a break. I'm going to stop the stream, and then we'll come back with Leaf Green in a couple hours. Let's see, we're going to Flamethrower the Champ, going to Psychic the Primeape. Or since we're doing Pokemon now, and I am off for the week, we may break and then come back with some Overwatch for tonight, and then do finish Leaf Green tomorrow morning / day, kind of like we're doing today. Almost enough for everybody. Vital Throw coming in. Okay, don't hit the Lapras, that's fine. And Ice Beam. Sounds absolutely fun. I'm digging the Pokemon puns, I love it. Oh, he's going for Rage. Oh, not on me, that's fine. Ivysaur gets 894. 32. There we go. Whoa, that's too much. It is too much. It's lots of grinding, man. Ivysaur's evolving. So that's going to be our male gender variant, which is going to get our count up to 197. Congratulations, your Ivysaur evolved into Venusaur. Alright, so we're going to fly to this Pokemon Center, get everything put up, and then get everything ready to trade with myself. And go from there. Alright, so I've got you. Get our XP share put back up. Alright, and then let's grab this Bulbasaur. We're going to put him in our party because we're going to need to breed for our female. We're going to put Venusaur back so we can give her back to our Leaf Green game, because otherwise we don't have our starter. Ditto is still in the box, still in the daycare, so we got to remember that. And let's put Lapras up. Alright, so getting female stars is hard. It makes me so gloomy how hard it is. God dang it. That's good. Yeah, me and Prince Jacob were talking about that earlier. It's 87.5 to 12.5 odds, mostly male. So, alright, so we're at 197, guys. We need 210. Let me get my notes out here real quick. I'm sorry, kind of leaning over. We need 210 Pokemon to finish Kanto. So that means we have, let's see, 13 left. And 8 of those 13 are trait evolutions. So realistically, let's add the 8. That puts us at 205. That leaves 5 Pokemon. One of them is female Venusaur, Magmar, Sandslash, and 2 Mewtwo's. So that's all 5 Pokemon. Female Venusaur we can get by breeding and evolving, or breeding and hatching eggs and then evolving. That'll be in FireRed. Magmar, Sandslash, and one of the Mewtwo's is Leaf Green. And then finally our last Mewtwo will be in Pokemon Yellow. We're going to do a yellow race right before Let's Go comes out. But basically all I've got to do left in Leaf Green is catch Magmar, Sandslash, and Mewtwo. And Leaf Green is done and we can start Crystal. So potentially starting Crystal as soon as Friday, possibly Monday. We're going to take a break. First we're going to save this game because I have, paranoid now. So first we're going to save this game. All right. So we are down to the last 5 Pokemon, guys. So that's going to wrap up this first part of the stream. I'll be back either with Leaf Green or some Overwatch, something later tonight. Just keep an eye on the Twitter, and I'll update you guys on what's going on. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Just hanging out with our part 1 of the stream. I know it's earlier than normal, so it probably threw some people off. So I'm sorry about that. But we did get a lot of work done. We're up to 197, technically up to 205, just because we have those Pokemon in the box. I just want to evolve them on screen. So 5 Pokemon left, and well, technically 4 if we're counting those trades, because 1 we can't get in Leaf Green. So 4 Pokemon to go. So this week we will be finishing Kanto. So I'll either be back. I'll be back later tonight, depending on which game I'm playing, though. So I will see you guys later tonight. You'll see I have a episode up on YouTube tomorrow. I am getting ahead on my editing, so that schedule will be back on track starting this week. So keep an eye out for that, and then we'll go from there. So thanks again for hanging out, and I'll see you guys a little later tonight. Bye.